Welcome back to the lab, folks. So what I'm going to try to do today is I'm going to try to work on this ESP32-CAM. Now, I had made some early attempts to set up for this, but there's a couple of things I found that went wrong on me. First of all, this little device, which is supposed to be a program, you just plug this in and then hook it up to your computer and bring up your Arduino IDE and program the thing. Lickety split, nice and easy, but this just didn't work. I plugged it in. I got a unknown USB device error from Windows. I tried 3 different Windows 10 systems and a Windows 11 system, and none of them recognized it. And then I had to jump through some hoops to get the vendor on AliExpress to give me my money back. Eventually, they did, but they had me create 2 different videos and show them pictures of screenshots and stuff like that. I mean, just for $2, it didn't seem all that worth it to me, but one of the viewers said, you can't let them get away with it, and I kind of agree with that too. So I went through all the trouble. They ended up having to give the money back, and yeah, so that was one stumbling block. The next stumbling block was I attached it up according to a website, which I'll be showing you in a minute, using one of these. Now, I know this works. It's always worked for me. And I attached it up the way they recommended, but I still couldn't send anything to it. The Arduino IDE was kept on saying that waiting on board and eventually error out. According to it, there was no board there at all. And what I found after a lot of investigation is it's strange. I'll put up the schematic for this and I'll show you. Now, if you look at the schematic there, all the grounds should be the same. They're all marked as being the same. And so what that website told me to do was to connect up the transmit and receive to these pins here and the ground to here, and then connect up 5 volts to here. And it seemed logical to me that should work, but it didn't. It didn't work at all. And after a lot of investigation, here, let me show you the pins. I've got this fancy new microscope thing here, so let me show you the pins I'm talking about. Okay, so here we are. We've got this 5 volts here, and right next to that is a ground, that one there, and this 5 volts here. And on the other side, you have, starting over here, you have 3.3 volts, a couple of GPIO pins, and a ground here. So this ground here is connected to that 5 volt ground. And then we have up here another ground here beside the receive, transmit, and ground here. And this ground, though, is the one that showed in the tutorial to connect up to your USB to serial device. But on my device here, that ground is not connected to the other 2 grounds, and that's why things wouldn't work. So if I measure this ground here to this ground here, we're in the right mode. We're straight through. But to this ground here, up by the I/O ports, you get this a brief flash, like there's a capacitor in between them. According to the schematic, that ground should be connected. I think, I don't know whether it's this particular board. Don't use that ground if you choose to do this. Because they're all supposed to be connected together, use this ground over here. That's where you're bringing in the 5 volts anyway. And that should work out just fine. Let me go show you the 2 websites that you need to go to look at to get all the information about what you have to do. Okay, so here we are over at Random Nerd Tutorials, and I'll put this link down in the description. This gives you a full step-by-step tutorial on how to set these up. What they say here actually works. But here's the point I made earlier. They talk about connecting it up via one of these little USB to serial adapters, but they show the ground coming up to here, and that's what wouldn't work on mine. However, it should actually work according to the schematic, but instead I had to put the ground over there as I showed you. So as long as you do that, it should go ahead and work. Now what you have to do, what I did is I installed the latest version of the IDE, which is version 2, I think. And you need to go over here and this page here will show you how to install the ESP32 libraries. So follow that, make sure you get those installed. It actually takes quite a while, so give that a chance to run. And then once they're all installed, then it's just a matter of going over to your Arduino IDE and selecting the right piece of code to download to your ESP32-CAM. Let's bring up the IDE here. So once you're in your IDE, go over to Tools. You want to set up your board. So you need to go up here to ESP32. On the board that we have is a copy of the AI Thinker ESP32-CAM. So choose that as your board and go in and choose your port. For me, it's COM5. Now, if I come up here to examples, we've got a whole bunch more to look at. And you just go in here to ESP32, camera, and camera web server. And that'll open up a new window here with the code in it for the ESP camera. So now we want to define our camera as this one, the AI Thinker one. So we got to comment out that one and uncomment this one. Then we need to set up your SSID and your password. And I believe that's it. So let me go back and check here. And yeah, then we send it over there. And then what we have to do is we have to open the serial monitor baud rate of 15200 and press the ESP32-CAM onboard reset button. And then it should give us this dialog here, which will tell us what IP address it was assigned through DHCP. All right, so let's do that. We'll go back over to our Arduino IDE. We have it all set up and everything should be ready to go. So we'll upload. It takes a little while to compile the sketch, and then it takes a little while to load it up to the camera module. So we'll speed through this. Okay, at this point in time, we go up to Tools, Serial Monitor, and then press the reset. Oh, no, we've got one step I forgot. You got to take that jumper off the GPIO 1 to ground, then reset. And it looks like we are at 192.168.1.122. Let's connect to that and see what we get. Okay, so there's the control panel. Start stream. Ah, there we go. That's not a very big stream there. There's the computer on my desk. Ah, this is pretty cool. Okay, let's see what we can do here as far as quality, brightness, contrast, size. Let's make it a bit bigger. There we go. Well, that's pretty good. The update rate, of course, slows down the more ambitious you get with the resolution. Maybe if you drop the quality a little bit. What's acceptable? Oh, there's a noticeable drop in quality there, isn't it? Update rate is fairly slow. Let's move it around a bit. I think the quality is actually pretty good. See, I'll show you my truck. There it is. There's my truck. Okay, the power pin fell off. Okay, that's it. So it works. I'm going to take it downstairs to the lab, hook it up down there, put it in front of an instrument or something like that and see how well it looks. Hold on for a sec for that. Okay, so here's the little camera down in the lab, and I've got it hooked up over there, and we'll get the image up for you. There we go. And yeah, use it to look at various things. There's my new microscope. There's my Siglet power supply. So I could use these, my Fluke, one of my favorite meters. I could use these to enhance some of the videos that I do by looking at instruments like perhaps this Fluke or some other instrument like this item here that normally I can't have displayed up on OBS. So that's it. It works. It works really well. Now, I don't know whether the problems I had with this and with this are particular to these devices only, and whether or not, you know, you've got a 99.9% chance of getting a good one of these and a 99.9% chance of getting a good one of these. But at least I was able to figure my way around it, and now I have a working webcam. And it seems to work very well. Now, I'm probably not going to use the record mode for it. I'm just going to have it hooked up via Wi-Fi. That'll be my preferred way to do any of them, but I guess I could try that out at some point in time, let you guys know about it. I don't want to do it today though. Thanks for joining me today, folks. I really appreciate your support. We'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.